So, we are just starting this topic, and first topic is low content book publishing a cover game? Why or why not? So, the answer to this question is yes. I would say self publishing is a kind of cover game because why? Because whenever you are attracted to something, then you go ahead and click the link, right? Even in like YouTube, whenever a title is attractive enough, when a thumbnail is attractive enough, then only you go ahead and click it. Otherwise, if it is boring, you don't go ahead and you do not want to watch it. Similarly, in low content book or self publishing, I would say the cover act as a thumbnail. Okay, so if your cover is good, people want to know more about it, because people do not have time, to be very honest. They just want their work to be done quickly and effortlessly, so they do not want to put efforts, right? And it is like the truth, whenever you want to believe it or not. So what they do is, if they find your cover attractive, they go ahead and check the reviews. If it is good, boom, they go ahead and buy it. Otherwise, if it looks boring, obviously they're not going to even look at it. So the answering your first question, yes, low content book publishing is a cover game, believe it or not. Okay. And now answering your second, third, and fourth pointers, I have made a whole list in which I have included all these points and I have explained all these points in detail. So make sure that you pay attention to this pointer that I'm gonna discuss in the upcoming slides, and you take notes of out of it, and you listen to this lecture in silence so that you could understand that what I am actually saying. Okay. So now coming to the first thing, now coming to these all things, like I'm gonna discuss basically the two things, like what are the mistakes that you are doing and why they're not converting and how you can rectify it, which covers how to skyrocket and how you can uh, just sell 10 times more with the help of examples I have explained. Okay, so let's go. First thing is not focusing on the elements. Now, what does it mean? You might be asking. A lot of time people what does it, if they focus on the background of the book, they do not focus on the text of the book. If they are focusing on the text of the book, they are not focusing on the color scheme of the book. If they are focusing on the color scheme of the book, they are not putting attention to the background of the book, and this is a perfect example of it. Okay, here you can see the person has work like good in the background. They have taken like a watercolor flower, and but looking at their text, obviously, of this book, I would not click it, right? Most of the customer would not click it. Why? Because it is not visible. As you can see, this thumbnail, if I compare it to my previous example, if I take it as a thumbnail, if I take it as an attractive point of view, it is not pleasing me. So I'm not going to go ahead and I'm not going to check it. Okay, so what this person is lacking here, if they are working on the background, they have completely neglected the text part. They have completely neglected the color scheme here, right? So this is what I would say, that whenever you are designing your book, make sure that even if you are using some kind of busy background like this, make sure that your text of the book is bold enough to see, it should be visible. It should not be small. It should not be like a very complex cursive not which is not visible to person or whatever. So make sure that you do it good, and whenever you are in confusion, like if my cover is good or not, there is one hack, that go ahead and ask your family members, go ahead and ask your best friend, that if this book is offered to you, would you like to buy it? And if they say yes, that means it is good. And if they say no, that means you need to work on it. Okay. So now coming to our second point is, that is leaving back cover blank. Now what does it mean? Most of the people what does is they just leave the back cover of the book completely blank, completely and unattractive, completely non-happening, right? The back cover is a great opportunity for you to show what your book inside looks like. Do not leave it blank. I'm gonna give you one example here. As you can see, you can do two things to your back cover. The first thing is that you can take pictures of the interior and you can put something like this, and boom, it is good to go. Like, people can see what your inside of the book looks like, the pages, and it looks good as well. The second thing what you can do is you can just make similar picture to your like front cover, and you can just place it on the back cover like the matching one, and it looks good as well because it is colorful, it is attractive. It shows that you have put efforts into your book. You are just not careless leaving the back of the book just blank. Okay, and most of the people do this mistake. So I hope you understand that how you can improve your sales using these small hacks, and how you can rectify all these mistakes. Okay, now coming to our third pointer, not focusing on the target audience. Now what does it mean? Most of the people what does it, they just go ahead, take the inspiration of the cover, and boom, they just design. They do not care about who is going to use the book, who is going to take the advantage of this book, who is going to put the money into this book. They are just not focused at all onto these things. And it is very important that you should focus on the target audience. Ask yourself, for whom I am actually designing this book. Is it for kids? It is for senior, men, women, whom? If it is for women, like what the age group is. If the men, what the age group is. If the kids, what the age group is. Are they toddlers? Are they teenagers or whatever? Like, if they are seniors, are they religiously involved seniors? There are a lot of questions you can ask to yourself, and after that only you should go ahead and you should start designing your book. Now I'm going to give you one example here, the example of this book. Now you can see that both of these books have focused on women age group, because I'm not saying that all women like flowers, but most of the women like flowers, and that's why it is a kind of book which is focusing on the women, right? So here I am gonna explain how these two books are different. They both have targeted the women, but coming to the first point, that is not focusing on the elements, this point is also going to explain it. Okay, this book is focusing on the elements completely, and it has done a fabulous job. And it is also focusing on their target audience, that is women. Okay, here you can see they have used the flower, but their text are good. Their text is visible to me. It looks attractive, and as a customer, I'm sure that you would love to see what these books have to offer, and maybe you can order as well. But here they are also targeting women. That means they are understanding that what their target audience is, but they are not focusing at all like how to make it good. And most of the people what does it, they just leave it like black, and they just write it here in a boring text, and they think that it is good for women, but this is not how it works. Okay, so you have to understand that whenever you are focusing on women, you have to make books like this. Like, if you are focusing floral pattern, make sure that your text looks like this. If you are focusing on children's book, make sure it is colorful. Okay, similarly, if you are focusing on elderly, make sure that you can make use of some Bible phrases over there so that it looks good. And they are like, if they are like focused on more religious seniors, if they are just gonna buy it. Okay, so make sure that you do it. Now coming to our fourth pointer is that not using your own creativity and just replicating other good selling designs. And this has happened like a lot, and I have seen people doing this a lot. They are just going ahead, they are just copying other best selling designs, and they think that they will get a huge number of sales as well because they are copying other designs. Please stop doing this. First thing, and there are two reasons for that. What are these? First thing, if they will caught you, they can just claim you and your account can be blocked, or your design can be just terminated, which you do not want, right? So this is the first thing that can happen to you. Second thing that can happen to you, let's suppose that if we both have similar kind of thing with us, suppose we both have similar painting, and my painting just looks like similar to yours, like I have copied it. So you have like 4.3 rating and I have 0. So just ask yourself what painting your customer is going to buy it. Obviously, your painting that person is going to buy it, not mine, because I have copied you. First thing. Second thing, I have zero ratings. I have zero people who are supporting my work. So this is not making sense at all that you just go ahead and you just replicate other good selling designs. You can take inspiration from there. You can mix your own creativity and you can create something new, which may be like better than them as well. But do not just copy it, okay? Now, coming to our fifth pointer is that using the same book background or text design to multiple books, and I have seen a lot happening this. What they do is they just create one cover and they just apply it to the upcoming 100 low content books. And this is not how this I would say industry works. And the perfect example for this is this book. Okay, you can see they have created like 100 of book like this: 40 and fabulous, 20 and fabulous, 60 and fabulous, 40, 50, 60, 80, and all that. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is always go ahead and create your unique cover. Why I'm saying this, right? Now listen to me very carefully, and I know this point that I'm gonna explain is going to make some sense to you. Why? Because let's suppose that you are selling such kind of books like with the same background and text design to like other 50 books, okay? So by any chance I got to see your one book and then I have just landed to your author page, and what I see is I see the similar kind of designs to your 40 other books. What do you think will happen to me? What do you think what I will feel about your store? Obviously I will feel disinterested. I would probably lose interest in your books because all I see is the same cover just with some kind of different slide changes in the interior. This is what I'm gonna see, and this is why if you are doing this, this is the main problem why your books are not converting. Okay, do not do it. If you are creating a book, make sure that you give some time to it. It is not about quantity always, it is always about quality. Okay, what kind of quality books you are producing? If you have given the time in the interior, if you have given the time in the cover, if you think that my cover does not look good, go ahead and change it. Ask to your family, ask to your friends that what do you think about this cover? If you have to buy it, will you buy it? And if they say yes, then go ahead and just publish it. And if they say no, please go ahead and just pause it and just work on it better. Because these are the small mistakes that we see. But to be very honest, these are the things that just harm our book and we do not even understand, which is very disappointing. Okay, and this should be 5. I have just made a mistake out here, so I'm very sorry for that. So I hope you got to understand my all pointers here and what I'm trying to say, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, please let me know, and please do the work that I have given in the homework section, and I will review it personally and I will let you know that how you are doing, and I will help you as much as I could. So yeah, that's all for the day, and thank you so much for attending it. Thank you so much.